Today we're sitting here with Craig Dalton, which is the property appraiser for Citrus County, and we just want to go over a couple of quick questions that come to rise in the real estate industry.
Yeah, it's amazing that we're only a couple weeks away from our homestead exemption deadline. March 1st is the statutory deadline for any of our exemptions. That does fall on a Sunday, though. It falls on a Sunday, so we will extend that to March 2nd, which is Monday by 5 p.m. So we ask everybody to get in now, to come today, tomorrow, this week. We e-file, but March 1st, for all of your buyers that purchased in 2025, that is what this is going to be for. We want them to reach out to us if they have any questions to find out what they're eligible for. Maybe they're a disabled veteran, maybe they're, they have a disability, they're a widower, those types of things. But we definitely, our e-file system online is super easy. You just have to make sure that this is what we get asked all the time. You need to make sure that your driver's license or Florida identification has the address of which you're homesteading. You also need to make sure you update your voter's registration or your vehicle registration. Those are just some of the different proofs. When one of your buyers or new residents fills out our e-file, they're going to get something back in an email saying, "Hey, we've received it. You don't need to do anything further." That is definitely a big deal. One of the other issues that a lot of people seem to kind of lose sight of, and it may be, and I get it. It's very confusing, especially to somebody who's from out of state that doesn't understand this. So, if one of your buyers in 2025 bought a homesteaded property, so somebody that had homestead prior, this year in 2026, they're going to get their trim notice. They're also going to get a tax. So they get their trim notice in the middle of August. And then their tax bill will be sent by the tax collector's office on November 1st. The homestead is still going to show up. And the value of 2025 is still going to be there because everything is as of January 1st. And so the previous homeowner's homestead is on there and the previous value. But as soon as January 1st of 2027 hits, then that new resident's homestead will be applied and the value will reset. That's the way it always works. Anytime there's a change of ownership, the value is going to reset the following January 1st. And so we put that on our website, on the property record card for all of your homeowners. And so all they have to do is go down and they'll see what the proposed value is going to be, what the proposed projected estimated tax bill is going to be under just normal situations, no portability extended or anything. So we just want to make sure that all your homeowners that have bought in 2025 have filed their homestead or all your other exemptions by March 2nd. Very, very important.
Quick question. Do you have to do that every year? Or once you do it, are you all set?
No, that's a great thing. So in Florida, they many years ago, the voters picked that it's an automatic renewal. It's an automatic renewal. They don't have to do anything. We will actually send out a homestead verification card. There's probably some other fancy word for it. We'll send that out in January. And it's basically, hey, is everything the same? If it's not, let us know. Yep. But if it is the same, just throw this card away. It's no big deal. But no, that's a great question. It is an automatic renewal. Some of the things that are not an automatic is, hey, you have to prove income-based exemptions. But homestead, very easy, which is the majority of our residents in Citrus County. It is an automatic renewal.
Wonderful.
I think there's a big misconception as well. People don't understand the importance of homestead and how it impacts your taxes.
Yeah, so homestead is very, very important. It's for those who that is their primary residence, and it's a Save Our Homes cap. And so it's 3%, at most 3% a year. If you're a non-homesteaded property, it's 10%, meaning it could the assessed value could raise 10%. Or it could raise 3%. I prefer the 3. Our legislators every January or February when they go to session, they determine what that value is. And so this year it actually went down. So 2 years ago it was 3%. Last year it was 2.9, and this year is actually 2.7. So all the assessed values, as long as you're a homesteaded property, can only go up 2.7%. Yep.
I think the other question that we get a lot of times is portability. what does that mean when you can port over your exemption savings from another home that was in Florida?
Yeah, so our customer service representatives can all help anybody who has portability. And so the key part of this, portability is basically, yes, it's your homestead savings cap from your previous home, as long as they have owned that home in Florida. So if it's from a value or they've owned out of state, the other states, it's not going to count. It's only for the homesteaded properties in Florida. Or it could be Citrus County. You could have a home like right now. We've been in our home for 3 years now. We have portability amount, and if we bought another home in Florida, that amount would go, as long as you are equal or more value on that. If it's of lesser value, then there's a percentage on that. It gets a little tricky, but we can always explain that to people. The great thing,
conversation about that with people misunderstanding, like, oh, they think they could get that portability if they've only been in a home for 6 months.
Yeah,
it's different. It doesn't work that way.
Well, and what I tell people, the longer you're in the home, the more portability you're going to have. If you're only in a home a year or two, you're not going to have anything. It's going to be a very small amount. And then a lot of people of older age like to downsize, and so when you downsize, then that portability amount is just going to be a percentage. Yeah, that's a big deal. So the good thing is, what I don't want people to be confused about with portability, though, we will take care of that for you, right? We will reach out to your prior county's property appraiser's office. We'll work with that, and then they'll see that number. Same thing here within the county. It is kind of a tricky thing. We get a lot of residents, and I don't want to muddy the water, but you get, right now the cap on portability in the state of Florida is $500,000. You get somebody from Palm Beach County, Broward County, Monroe County, where they could have $1 million in portability, but the statute only allows us to bring $500,000. But our customer service representatives will work with them on that. It is a tricky thing. A lot of your residents are not even going to know the word portability. We will always ask that. Our customer service will always ask that. Even on the e-file application, it says, where did you move from? And so we will automatically know to look for that portability. And again, another thing that they don't have to worry about on a yearly basis. So it's a big deal.
Very good.
Yeah, and we're just trying to get that out. Literally, we have put it all over county buses. It's in newspapers. We're on the radio. We want people to file homestead. I was asked by the radio DJ the other day. They're like, why do you want to save people money? You're government. You should be wanting their money. No, I want our...
Because you're trying to create affordability.
Right. Yeah. I want our residents to save money, for sure.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Let's explain it.
Make sure they file. Make sure
We
you're
are very intentional with our clients. If you,
Yes, you are.
You have purchased or sold with the Sold Sisters team, you're going to receive that letter in January with a QR code to easily e-file, or you can send in the manual application that we sent to
If
you.
you didn't get it, call us.
Awesome. Have a great week.